Hey everybody, the boys and I are doing something pretty fun today and tomorrow, and it's not only fun but cozy. So I felt like we had to share it with my coziest friends of all. We're hosting a book party. What is a book party? Perhaps you are wondering. Well, it is like a book club meeting, but extra. So extra. You take the book that you've read and you use that as inspiration for everything that goes on at the book party. So your food, if you choose to have food, is inspired by where the book is set, or maybe some food that's mentioned within the book. People can come dressed as the characters, or they can wear clothing that they think people would wear during that time period or that reminds them of a character. You can plan a craft around the book that's inspired by something in the book or that's mentioned in the book. Basically, it's a book club meeting, but like I said, you just turn it into a party. Make it a party. So we do these often, and usually it's just me making the magic happen for my boys, and they're the book party guests. But this time we decided to text our little homeschool co-op and see if we had any friends that wanted to read the book with us and attend the book party with us. So my boys are not only a guest this time, but they're also part of the planning committee. So as we've been reading our book, they've been taking down notes and inspiration and making notes of little things that are mentioned, like food and stuff in the book, so that we can recreate it together for all of their friends. The book party is tomorrow. So I am a hobbling girl right now. I hurt my knee last week and it's still not so great. So I need to kind of put up some decorations, sit and ice for a little bit, put up some decorations, sit and ice for a little bit, and I'm trying to do as much as I can today because I'm moving so slow. So if you see videos of me hobbling around, that's why. But I've got my two great helpers that are going to be involved in a lot of the party planning today. But I think it's going to be so cute. So I'm going to show you the book that we are doing our book party based off of, and I have some things that I've picked up from Amazon to kind of put in the house to make it look a little bit more festive. And then we're just gonna get up to all the book party planning fun today and tomorrow, because you have to see the food. My husband has sweetly offered to help with the food because I can't stand for a long time. The granny knee just won't let me. So he knew I was pretty stressed about making this happen for all these little kids, and they've done so good to finish the book. I just want it to be as magical as they want it to be themselves, and I just didn't know that the knee was gonna let me. And I don't know if you know this about my husband, but he's an amazing cook. So he had me tell him the storyline of the book, and he's come up with all of these really awesome ideas. So we'll get some clips of the food that he's putting together as well, and maybe a couple clips of the party. But okay, the book, are you ready? This is the book that we plan to read and that we have read with our friends. It's called Wilder Lore. It's set in a like a magical enchanted forest that's full of all kinds of whimsy and quirk. There's fantastical beasts and creatures and mushrooms. See all these mushrooms down here? It's a story of a boy who is trying to find his way in this town. He's an orphan and he just doesn't feel like he fits in. And in this town, what happens a lot is if you have some sort of a skill set, you are taken on as an apprentice, and you're an apprentice for a while, and then eventually you become, that's what your job is. But since he doesn't have family to bring him on as an apprentice, he's really struggling to find somebody who will kind of take him under his wing and teach him a skill so that he can stay and earn his way to live in this little town. And eventually he finds an older gentleman who is a mushroom hunter. And I feel like there's like a different name for that, but we're gonna go with mushroom hunter. And he decides to take him under his wing and bring him on as his mushroom apprentice, and is kind of showing him all the different types of mushrooms and what you use them for and how to hunt for the really rare ones. But there is a rule in this town that you can't go beyond a certain area. You can't go onto this other forest that's really scary and it has all these beasts and it's so dangerous. And one day the main character, he's out looking for this rare mushroom, and he's so engrossed in his hunt that he doesn't realize he's crossed the border into the forbidden area. And thus the story unfolds, and it's so cozy and sweet, and my boys are really enjoying it. We're not finished, and the book party's tomorrow, so we have a couple of chapters we need to finish up today. But doesn't that sound like a really fun background for a book party? There's just so much that you can do with that. Now I'm going to show you a few things that I picked up to kind of decorate for the party. I grabbed, sorry, this is kind of loud. I grabbed these napkins. I'm trying to take it out of the wrapper so that you can see it without the glare. There we go. The mushrooms and the snails and the ferns, so cute. And to go along with these, I really wanted wood-shaped plates, like pieces of log, but they were so expensive. So I hunted and I found this set, which actually was affordable. And it comes with these wood pieces, the bigger plate, the smaller plate, forks, cups, and then also some wood grain napkins. But let me show you these together so you can see how cute. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. I could have gotten the plates that match this, but I wanted something that was a little bit different. So we got those. I also found these really cute mushroom tattoos. I thought the kids could take these home or they could put them on while they're over here. And then these are mushroom molds so that I can make gummies for the party as well. Aren't those cute? And let's see what else. I think I just have one other thing that I purchased. I found a mushroom garland. I don't feel like it's the cutest, but it was affordable and you get like 3 of them in the pack. So we'll hang that up somewhere. And then I went on to, this is like a little side tip. If you like to read with your kids, a lot of the authors will have these amazing websites where they have lessons based off of the book or art projects or playlists. They have like little tests you can take where it's like, which character are you? So if your kids are really into a certain series, especially if it's a more popular series, be sure to check out the author's website. So I always do that when we're doing stuff like this and find the coolest stuff. This is a map of the town where the book takes place. So I printed all this on cardstock so that it's nice and thick. So we'll just cut it out and put this up somewhere. And then I just found some mushroom and enchanted forest art that I like, that I thought fit the theme of the book. So we'll cut that out. This one's so pretty. We'll cut that out and put that around as decoration. And then the book cover. And then I found some art that depicts the characters in the book. So I thought we could cut that out as well and use that as decoration for the party too. All right, let's enjoy the crafting and the reading and the resting while I ice my knee and book party planning. All right, I'm gonna attempt to make gummies with these really cute mushroom molds, but they're so tiny. I didn't know they were gonna be so tiny. That's my bad. This always happens with stuff like this, doesn't it? Thankfully, it came with 2. And then I found a star cookie cutter. So my plan is to just make these on repeat all day so that I have enough for the kids, because we know they're gonna pop these like candy. They're gonna go super fast. And then I'll make a batch where I do the stars. It might actually look kind of cute on the plate to set the stars out and then have the mushrooms kind of sprinkled in. So that's the plan. I've never made these before. My friends make them all the time. So hopefully it's as easy as everybody says it is. But I picked up this pure blood orange juice. That's all that's in it, is just the juice from the fruit. And then black cherry as well. There's no additives or anything else in it, no extra sugar. And then you just mix that with gelatin and that's it. So wish us luck. Here we go. So cute. So in the book there's a wolf character, and I have these molds that I use to make my dog's little treats with like sweet potatoes and things like that. So I thought we could do the paw print for the wolf character. Those came out pretty cute, and they're gonna be a little bit bigger than the mushroom, which is good because they're gonna go through the mushroom one super fast. I'm gonna make a couple more batches so there'll be plenty for everybody. But yay, I'm so glad they turned out. Okay, we've got these and we've got these.
Okay.
So this size is not perfect for the frame. So we have to cut it down so it fits. But what you can help me with is take this.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's a fun thing to do, right? And then we're going to set these out around the house as a decoration for the book party.
Book party?
Yeah, and then I also at the dollar store got these. They're pretty cute. Oh, will that fit? Yeah, I think that will fit. So we could put that in one. We could put this in one and kind of use those as decorations also. So have fun. Also, these break very easily. There's like 4 I had to put back because somebody already cracked them. So be careful to not drop them on the floor. That sound. Here is an update, a beautiful, messy update. The boys helped me get a lot of this stuff cut and in those frames I showed you. It looks so cute. Hello, it's been a couple of days since we party planned together. A lot has happened. My youngest got sick and thankfully we were able to pick a date in the same week that gave him a couple of days to recover to do the party. So that is today. He still has this like phlegmy cough, but he's so much better. I tanked also. I would have powered through if we were still having the party, but last we hung out, I way overdid it with my knee and I could barely walk by the end of that day and I really needed like some time to rest it. And I ended up going to see a specialist since I've last seen you, and it is official. My knees are actually granny knees and I have lots of fun things from my x-rays to further prove that, but I'm doing okay. It's like this. But right now is a good day. And the party starts in an hour and a half and we're kind of in that phase where it's like, oh, the house is still a mess and I have so much to do, but it's all gonna come together. It will, it always does. So I just cut up the rules. I don't know if you can see these, but the boys came up with these. It goes along with the storyline in the book. And 1 is no running, 2 is no eating cookies. We're gonna put some cookies out to tempt them. One of the rules in the book is that you can't have carrot cake in the town, which is kind of funny. No loud voices for fear of waking the beast. My husband works upstairs from home, so we always try to keep our voices somewhat, with a lot of kids, but somewhat low. No sneezing because Carson was sick, so that's kind of a funny one to see if he can hold to. And then no saying the word mushroom. You're about to see there's mushrooms all over the house. And most certainly no petting the beast, which are our dogs, which is impossible to not pet them because they are one of the tribe. They're in the middle of everything. So we'll see how that goes. And then I need to cut these up. These are all fun labels to go along with our food. The food I tried to pull in the character names. I have a hair right here. It is driving me bonkers. I feel it. I'm not getting it, but I feel it. Okay. So my husband is taking over the food because he is amazing and he's saving my knees. So he's making stuffed mushrooms and we call them Master Pillsman stuffed mushrooms. I won't read all these to you because it doesn't matter unless you read the book, but we're doing a mushroom tasting. And then one of the settings in the book is called the Ironwood Inn. So we got pretzels. They're just regular pretzels, but today they are Ironwood Inn pretzels. And the water is just water, but today it's enchanted stream water, you know? Fun things like that. And then I printed out some quotes from the book that I'm gonna cut and just kind of hang out all over the house. But do you want to see what we've done in between from when I last was hanging out with you? Let's go take a little tour. All right, we have this cute little mushroom banner up here. I need to cut that string. And I still need to kind of tidy up my living room a little bit, but I went through our book stack to try to find some books that go along with the theme. Books are just really great decor, especially when they're pretty. I pull them out for all of the stuff that we do, even if it's like not a book party, but just I don't know, if we're having like a special little dinner or something, I'll decorate with books sometimes. The characters from the book, I found this picture and I thought it kind of looked like Dulshire. It's an enchanted forest, so I thought that was kind of fun. And that's a Dollar Tree picture frame. And then we have more characters back there. And then over here, a couple more of the mushroom banners hanging. And then our table is coming together. We have our cute little napkins and our plates. And I just went through my stash of floral stuff and just grabbed things to put on the table. I actually have these in my library. These are left over. I want to put these out, but I haven't found a vase for them yet, so they work great here. And then this is the book that the book party is based off of. And then I just went around my house and found mushroom things, and then we just put them all on the table along with the printed pictures. And then these are normally hanging in our schoolroom. And here we are. Here's the table setting. It's pretty cute. Kind of like foresty and enchanted looking. I went to our rose bushes. We have this really pretty kind of lilac rose bush, but a lot of them are dying. But I thought the dead ones look really kind of cool and like whimsical. So I just cut all the dead ones off and then I just stuck them throughout the table setting. And what else do we have? Oh, over here, this is just like a book about mushrooms. I thought that'd be fun to set that out and the kids could flip through it if they want to. It has nothing to do with the book besides the fact that it talks about mushrooms. And then here is a map of where our book takes place. And then my boys made this poster. It's gonna go on the front door. Welcome to Dulshire. No beast, no magic, no riffraff. And then over here is our little mushroom tattoo and enchantment section. We've got these dried mushrooms everywhere. I have these on the table as well. I don't know if you can see them. And this is gonna be the drink station. And over here, we're gonna have water in these cups and some paintbrushes. This is body paint. And in the book, the characters, when they bond with one of their mythical beast creatures, they have a gold kind of marking on their arm that symbolizes the creature. So the kids are gonna get to design and paint their own little mythical markings on their arms. And then over in the bathroom, we just have a couple things. Another one of those mushroom garlands, and then the book cover. That's where we're at so far. I think I will probably end up doing like a few more things and I'll show you whenever we have all the food out. I feel like the food is gonna be what pulls everything together, but it's almost time.
Flower violet green, lily of the valley on my knees.
Yes. Oh, that's so cute. Look at how cute you are. All right, this is post book party, and I think the book party was a success. Yes. Would you say? Mm-hmm. Did you have fun?
I had fun, yeah. It was good.
Yeah, it was really good. But most of all, it was so cute. It was so cute. The kids were so cute. And I didn't video a lot during the party. I just didn't want to have a camera in everybody's face. But you got to see all of the prep work before, and I'll show you the table here in a second. It is demolished. I have, I think, no food to put away, which is like a dream. That's what everybody hopes for. And I thought I would share a little bit about what we did during the party. So everybody came, we were just chit-chatting, and everybody made a plate and just kind of munched on food for a little bit, and then I called everyone into the living room. There was only one other mama here with me. One of my friends stayed to kind of do the book party with me, and her help was very much appreciated. And she and I did the book discussion with the kids, but they came with their own questions, and they had so many good questions and so many great thoughts and picked up on so many parts of the book that I just completely spaced on. And it was so cute how they would get in like little pocket discussions. Somebody would ask a question and it would bring on a little chat, and they would be going to do this chatting together. It was so cute. I love that part of it. I didn't know how the book discussion was going to go, but it went really well. And then I had them create a beast. So in the book, the main characters, they bond with these like mythical beast creatures. And so all the kids came and created their own beast, and they were so excited to share, and they had some really funny ones. Did you love that part?
Yeah, I like the beast creation thing, yeah.
Yeah, people were so creative. And like silly ones, like Carson, my youngest, his was is it a slug or a snail?
I think it's a slug.
A slug that he's got this like cute little smiley face. And was he wearing a top hat?
No, he just had like wings.
Oh, he had wings. He was a slug dragon.
Yes.
Right?
Slug dragon.
What was his name? Do you remember?
Barnaby.
Barnaby, yeah. Mine was a flamingo. I mean, they were like silly. Some of them didn't make sense. Yours is hard. Yours is like a shadow thing.
Yeah.
So then they came up with the beast. They came up with the name of the beast and the power that the beast had. And then in the book, whenever the character bonds with the beast, it's like marked by a mark on their arm. And so I had the kids illustrate what they wanted their arm mark to be like. And then me and my friend painted with gold, a body paint, these creations, and the kids were not playing. Like, they would watch and be like, that line right there needs to be touching this line, and this needs to be longer. Have you ever painted like a tattoo on a child's arm where they're doing this the whole time? And it was so serious, and then all the other kids were crowding around and watching, and they were like watching our work to make sure. Do you want to show them yours?
This is mine. Like,
yeah, it's hard. So his is a shadow, so that's what it's supposed to depict, is a shadow. And then everybody played. We had hopscotch in the front, and we had beanbag toss, because in the book both of those games are illegal to play, so we had that sitting out. And we had little mushroom tattoos for the kids, which were so cute, and stickers, and it was just a really good time.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
So we do book stuff by ourselves as a family all the time. It's a big part of our family culture. But was it fun to kind of bring your friends into it?
Yeah, it was fun to have friends.
Do you like doing that more? Do you like a little bit of both, or?
I think a good balance is good, you know.
Sometimes just us, and yeah, I agree. I like that too. I definitely did a lot more for this than I would do if it was just us three or us four doing it. So it is kind of fun to get a little extra sometimes. So, okay, well, thanks for hanging out with us during something I feel like is pretty cozy. Did you think today was cozy?
Yeah.
And I'm definitely doing something cozy after this. I'm gonna make myself a cup of tea, and I'm gonna sit with my knee with some ice, and that'll be it. Okay, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.